Well, that's three of them already now. What, you thought Trey was the only one that wore expensive shirts? No, 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 not at all. How about Mike keeping the jacket on all night tonight, huh? All right, well, let's get to the music here, why don't we? Phish at Madison Square Garden for the third of four nights. And look how we got started here. Possum. I got some thoughts here on the end. They started to lose me here on the end, but let's not get to that. It's fresh on the mind, though. It's the only reason I bring it up here is I'm starting to talk about the opener, Possum. And really, I could just go Possum all the way down to Divided Sky, really, and it was somewhat uneventful. Everything very good. Got a solid ring here. Got a cool jam there in that. The Lengthwise into Maze was outstanding, of course. Theme from the Bottoms had a great year. More, I suppose some people like more. I wasn't all fired up about that. Maybe there was a little more hangover for the Divided Sky. Once we got down towards the end of the Divided Sky, though, the real meat of the song, or maybe that intro, that crazy part, maybe that's the meat. I don't know. Maybe that's the pause. A pause at MSG is always cool, I'm sure. So then we really get going here, get cooking if I can say, I'm not a big fan of that, but things do get cooking here, and the No Man in No Man's Land, as much as I wanted to groan, and I'm sure you may have as well, it comes through like it often does. And this jam was like everybody getting going there. It wasn't just all Trey all the time. That happened a few times tonight, really, and there was times when it was all Trey all the time. But the No Man in No Man's Land was really the first one of the night that took us from just like this is a very okay show. I thought this was December 30th. I thought this was Madison Square Garden. Well, then they really started to pump it up for these final three. As you can see here, most events, Fluffhead. The most events aren't planned. It's a Page song, but I mean, that jam, it really became like just a full on. It's not even a Page song necessarily, Came from a Page band, though, we'll say. I wish they would just kind of lean more into this. We got a life-saving gun perhaps coming tomorrow. There's another Runaway Bride, another Page song that they could sneak in there. Heavy Rotation, maybe get it back in there. I just wish they would kind of lean into that sound. I mean, I always wanted it this way. Was good the other night. This one, absolutely outstanding tonight. And then I was like Trey. I felt like as it was killing it, I was thinking, wow, this is a good way to end a set. Who needs Walls of the Cave when you got this thing in the tank, And it felt like that was, while the clock maybe wasn't saying it's set ender, it felt like a set ender. But like me, Trey was torn. Like I wanted more, but it was perfect. And then I guess about the only one they could have done there to try and top that was Fluffhead. And I don't know if it did. Well, there was a nice crowd shot, webcast all over it with the shot of the crowd there. Although I do have to take exception with somebody. I don't know who this person was. It looks like, I mean, this was probably like the most. I mean, we all know at this point, but if you needed more evidence that this is just like a middle-aged dad kind of crowd, I mean, this was the most Somerville, Massachusetts thing I've ever seen in my life. Right at the big point in Fluffhead. They hit the crowd. Everybody's Fluffhead, just ready to blow the roof off the place. A dude held his cold brew up in the air. That was his cheers for the moment. Not a joint, not a beer, not a tequila, nothing. Not a vape. I mean, I would even have settled for a vape at this point. A cold brew. I mean, if that was not just the most 2024 Phish fan moment ever, I don't know. I'm really not doing it any justice here, Probably sounded like a total, probably sounded like a total Phish fan there, trying to describe that exactly. But I mean, it's a little bit flabbergasted. Kind of took away from the outstanding ending, really. That guy. I was nearly embarrassed for him. I'm a Phish fan. It's like that's what we've become. We've become cold brewers. Well, it's late, It was late. At some point tonight. I'm down here, man. Maybe I'll put me to sleep. I'm just not a big everything's right guy. A Life Beyond the Dream. Trey seems the big one. So, all right. I know we're lacking a lot of red over here. All right, we got a solid ring there. Like I said, this was excellent. That was kind of cool, I got to give that. And Theme from the Bottom. Just about every time this year, right? More, you get no red. So, all right, that was the first set. Let's move over to the second set. Now, a Hey Stranger, one that I occasionally call as our show opener. We get it as the set opener here tonight. And being the opener, didn't really play around with it much. Maybe they're just not ready to with that song. I still feel like maybe its debut may have been the best one we got. And we got a Down with Disease here. I'm gonna have to listen to this one again. It felt like it was one of them jams, like I was saying. Not everything had to be all Trey all the time, but maybe I was just spacing out a little bit. But I thought the Down with Disease was okay. Wasn't anything. Maybe there's just been so many great ones, Now just a really good Down with Disease. It's kind of like, yeah, all right, I got another Down with Disease. Following that up with Winterqueen, a song that I'm a big fan of, but maybe sandwiching that in between Down with Disease and Tweezer was a bit odd, I suppose. Although it was nice, really, taking us into Tweezer. So people seem to get more excited for Tweezer than they do Down with Disease. Well, they're probably equal there as far as what you're potentially going to get. And then Tweezer has his part, has a little bit of everything. Has, Mike's going, gets weird with his bass sound. Has the jam where it was a little bit hard to follow. Like, what exactly are they doing here? Lots of page going on in that point. And then it goes full on just, if you're looking for a Guitar Hero moment from Trey, that's how the Tweezer takes it home. Into Seven Below. I felt like the Tweezer perhaps our big one of the night, a little bit of different jamming styles throughout. And then Seven Below, if Winterqueen comes out of nowhere, Seven Below really coming out of nowhere. Wasn't even sure if I should write the word seven, the number seven. I feel like that doesn't make an appearance on a whiteboard very often. This is okay, all right, maybe like Winterqueen, nice to hear, but, this is MSG, this is the 30th. There's only one left after this. So then Piper, comes in. While it was just a straight ahead rockin' Piper, that's pretty much what I'm a sucker for every time. That takes us into 2001. Again, Paige and Mike really carried this one, funking that thing up. Then we get into Everything's Right. For me, could have been a much, much better set closer. But we got pretty good openers tonight. We got a damn good set closing. I mean, we almost got 2 set closers here. So they can be forgiven for that. This is unforgivable, though. But then they come back with the Harry Hood long, late show. They had to do something, Nobody was torn after this. We certainly wanted more. They would have left us with that and not the song. We never want that more. Never want that more. Never want that. So really, perhaps just a couple of duds in there. And maybe you like those songs. I know some people do. I don't know who these people are. You one of them? Is that you? You like more than Life Beyond the Dream? Surprised you're here. All right, so we ended up with more red than I thought. I'm a sucker for Piper. Mike's bass starts getting out of hand in Tweezer. Look, I'm a Winterqueen fan. What do you want from me? All right, that does it. That's 3 of them. Can't believe Mike kept the jacket on all night. That was pretty impressive, right? That guy with the cold brew, not impressive at all. Not impressive at all. You guys check that out. It was right at the, I don't know. I guess that's peak Fluffhead. Fluffhead. You guys know the part, right? $14. All right, guys. Boom, we're out of here. Going a little long on these. It's been a little too long. Oh, man. Wow. Geez, here we are. I thought, well, I guess each night. It feels a little forced now, Can't believe here we are. No need to mention him. All right, we're out of here. Boom. Love you.